fitness and challenging yourself physically is the gateway to success in every other aspect of your life. A lot of people have these goals on how their life is going to look, the goals they're going to achieve, the things they're going to do, and all these, big goals and visions, right? And they'll say these things out loud. But then there'll be the same people who are completely out of shape, who you can tell don't respect themselves, and they have just broken every single promise for the last however long they have with their self. And you have to understand that the first thing you should be doing if you want to change your identity, become the best version of yourself, and transform into someone who is successful in every single aspect of your life, if you want the advantage of having high energy, of feeling confident, of being in a position where you have a strong foundation and you're able to apply those same skills and characteristics in order to be the person you need to be, the first thing you need to be doing is working on yourself, right? Is keeping your promises, building good habits, right? Getting into the best shape as possible, building muscle mass, getting lean, learning how to eat correctly. All of those things make such a big difference, because if you can't even master, physical conditioning and the discipline and the consistency and what it requires to get in great shape, you just don't move with the same confidence or the same belief, and you don't know what it takes to build something worthwhile, right? Because the exact things that you build from getting in great shape and just transforming your identity, mindset, and habits is directly correlated into everything else in life, every other project, every other area of life that you were trying to become successful in. And I don't say this lightly either, right? I don't make this up, and I'm not trying to link it back to fitness just for the sake of it, right? I am saying this because you move completely different, right? When you have the confidence, when you understand your capabilities, and you make an effort to respect yourself and the foundation and the vessel that you walk around with and are going to live with for the rest of your life in. And the thing is, right, a lot of people don't want you to know this, but people, who are successful in their areas, a lot of entrepreneurs, for example, they are injecting testosterone, right? They want the energy, they want, they want the looks, they want the confidence, they want everything that comes with it, right? And people are asking, and wondering, how do you have motivation? How do you achieve this? Brother, they're injecting it, right? Like, they know the importance of testosterone. They know the importance of taking your fitness seriously, eating the right foods, living a healthy lifestyle, and doing the things that give you an advantage over 99.9% of people. Now, I'm not saying you need to, abuse caffeine or inject yourself. Like, you don't need to do any of that rubbish, because once you learn how to correctly fuel yourself, how to boost your testosterone naturally, how to train with intensity in the gym, how to hold yourself to the highest standard without any of those things, because you don't need them, you can achieve the exact same result. But the reason they do it is because of that advantage, right? Is because of the performance. Like, they're just one step ahead, maybe a few. And when you're in great shape, not only do you get respected a whole lot more, but more opportunities are going to come your way. Because people know from looking at you within the first second that you are someone who gets shit done. You're someone who takes action. You're someone who keeps your promises. And when you are trying to prove that you are someone who does those things, why not control the things in your control and be a walking billboard and demonstrate to everyone that you are that guy. You're the guy that follows through, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not the act of actually being in shape that gives you the advantage, right? It is simply the principles and what it actually took to get there, and the benefits of that is going to bleed off into everything else that you now do. It's not just for the looks. It's not just oh, I'm leaner and I have abs. Okay, cool, right? That doesn't necessarily mean you have high energy. That doesn't mean you have high testosterone. That doesn't mean you can focus. It doesn't mean any of those things, right? Which is why I always preach about doing it naturally. Learn how to eat good quality foods. Learn how to recover properly. Learn how to, just train and recover and eat good foods and have high energy, because once you do that and you learn how to do it, everything is going to change. You're going to get the respect like I spoke about. More opportunities are going to come your way, and it's really just going to set a stronger foundation for you to be successful in every other area of your life. Because I do truly believe that you are at a disadvantage, and it will be harder mentally if you have never been through, that kind of thing of what it takes to build something from the ground up, right? If you haven't done it physically, I truly believe you're at a disadvantage and you just have more learning to do. So if you're someone who's ambitious and you want to achieve anything of significance and you're not in shape yet, or you simply think that because you're going to be successful in other areas that you don't need to be in shape or you don't need to be presentable, you have the entire wrong idea about fitness and everything in the first place. Because you want to be able to live long enough, have the freedom, the energy levels and everything like that to enjoy the fruits of your labor, enjoy the things that you're going to achieve. And at the end of the day, it's only going to come with positives. There are only benefits from getting in shape, whether it be a lesson or, a failure or something you'd learn from. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be things you need to figure out what you enjoy doing or what works best for you. But once you can get that routine and you actually start making progress, you'll realize how disadvantaged you were before and how disadvantaged the other people are who don't think it's important to get in shape and are still pushing it back and procrastinating, pretending like they can wait until tomorrow. Don't let that be you. Okay, if you do want one-on-one coaching, check out the description below. If you have any questions about anything, shoot me a message on Instagram. I'll reach out to see how I can help and answer all of your guys' questions. I hope you took away a lot from this video. Don't let this be another, joke or thing you mess around with. It's your health. Take it seriously. Take action now. And ask me any questions if you have any. With that being said, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.